Hey folks, just want to talk about helicoil crank threads, strip pedal threads, however you want to describe it. Generally what happens is the pedal itself does the damage, but it doesn't damage the pedal. These are steel axles or chromo axles, and the threads on these, even though this is pretty dirty, this pedal, it's not done any damage to itself. Damage has happened to this customer's crank. Get that in focus, zoom right in. You can see there's only like 2 threads left at the back of that crank and they're all gone. They're stripped completely at the front. There's a couple of threads left at the very back here. You can see a little bit of swarf alloy shavings built up there. You can clearly see the ruined thread there at the front. You can see the pedal's been at a bit of an angle as well. That's pretty badly damaged. However, there's still a little bit of thread on the back here that I can start to use in order to get a square edge on it, because the key thing is if the threads are completely gone, we can't put a square tool into that. It'll probably go at an angle, and then when we do the next part, your pedal will be at an angle forever. So first thing is I'll clean this pedal thread up, make sure it's nice and clean, ready to go back in. I'll give this a blast out with some brake cleaner, get rid of all the swarf, and put a little bit of oil in there. And this is the helicoiling method. This is what you can use on car engines. This is what I've been using them for years. This is a new set that we've got in last year. This is Ice Tools. So what this does is that's your standard thread size there. So that's the same thickness as your pedal threads. Then it widens itself out. It's tapered. You can see there in the image. It's tapered and it gets itself out wider and wider. So you cut the old thread, you start with the old thread, you cut it up to a larger size thread, and then you insert this helicoil in there. You should be able to insert it nice and square, nice and firm, and then you can see that's the threads there. So the inside diameter of this is the helicoil. It's the same as your pedal threads. The outside diameter will be recut to this here. So once this tap's been put through the crank, you won't get any pedal to fit it. We put the helicoil in place, we snap that edge off, and I'll hit it with a punch as well just to make sure it stays there. That should then have a steel ringed helicoil. This is steel. That should be placed inside here, nice and tight, and then we'll fit the pedal to it. We still advise people that the crank thread is still compromised, so changing pedals regularly. If you're going to helicoil it, it's not going to be that easy to change pedals, and there's a good chance that the helicoil will come loose. But if you're fitting the pedals to this bike, in this case the customer's going to fit these pedals and run with these cranks for quite a few years and not move the pedals, then this is the best method for it. This does left hand threads and right hand threads for both sides.